well at Super 32 or at the larger events, but you fell short, this is the next step for you. Because remember, when you're the top 20% or even top 10%, I mean, there's hundreds in America that you're within 1 point of. You're this close to losing to a couple hundred kids and this close to beating them. Then there's that small group of 1%ers, 2%ers. You want to be in that group. Now, I'm not sure you can ever get so good that you can tech fall or pin the 3-time junior national champion or 2-time world champion or 4-time undefeated New Jersey state champion or the 2-time Super 32 champion. So maybe there's another level out there, but if Jordan Burroughs has close matches, you're probably going to have a few. But your goal is to get out of that group, because we just had we had 3 plays and I think 4 others, maybe 5, who finished in the top 16. Not a 200 plus man brackets. That's pretty darn good. Out of 24 to have, 6 or 7 out of 24 right in the money. And for those kids, some of them just fell short. Beat the number 3 ranked guy in America and then lose a 1-point match later. And then, eventually get beat out of the tournament to another tremendous wrestler. So those athletes need to do one thing. You need a weapon. And I learned this at Oklahoma State. You need to have a weapon. Because right now, you are great at everything, but you're not the best at anything. So you can go to one phase is to be a jack of all trades, master of none. I'm pretty good at everything. Okay, that's good. Well, what happens if you're really, really good at everything? Your positioning's good, you're pretty good mentally, you're pretty good with your weight cutting, you're completely dedicated, you're not trying to play 4 sports, you're pretty much focused on becoming a top tier college wrestler, you have the weightlifting techniques and you're spending that 3 days a week in the weight room. You have the partners, your parents are supportive, they're spending the money, you've got to write a check, all right? If you're going to fly to a big tournament, it's cost money, okay? But we're in America, there's plenty of it. So, you have a parent who's willing to spend some of their dollars on your training and your tournament. So you're kind of like, golly, I feel like I could win this thing, but I'm frustrated because I feel like I'm stuck. Well, you're probably great at everything, but you're not the best at anything. You know what Jordan Burroughs is going to do. You know about the Kyle Snyder. He has this good, toe step, drive, single leg, and ankle pick, right? Any famous wrestler who's at the top of their game. Thomas Gilman's known for his pressure, but his positioning is phenomenal. Very powerful man, too. Very heavy hand fighting, but he's not wild, and he scores off of his left-handed collar tie. That's his position. He's the best in the world at scoring from a left-handed collar tie. That's the reason he's a world champion. David Taylor's kind of good at everything. He's a special guy. Pace is a big part of his wrestling, but he doesn't get out of his stance. But probably the ankle pick, low-level attack stuff is kind of what he's known for, right? Kyle Dake is a phenom on top. And if you have an unstoppable gut wrench, you're going to win a lot of freestyle matches, okay? You have to be unstoppable at one thing. So now, here we go again. Your wrestling is getting smaller. That doesn't mean that you don't drill from an underhook position a little bit, right? Jordan Burroughs doesn't wrestle from an underhook, but he probably drills from there on occasion. But for the most part, he avoids an underhook. He doesn't want to be there. Aymar, who beat Jordan Burroughs before, right? Israel Martinez, he probably drills his underhook 45 minutes a day because that's his position, right? There's that one Eliav or something, I can't remember, the one Russian. He's a world champion with an underhook. He's got the best underhook on planet Earth. He spends a lot of time there. But he's not wrestling from a Russian 2-on-1. He's not trying to hit a David Taylor ankle pick. He's not trying to be as powerful as Kyle Snyder. He's not trying to hit a John Smith low single leg. He's not trying to hit a Jordan Burroughs double leg. His wrestling is smaller. He's avoiding wrestling in certain positions, just like all these other guys do. So your goal is to get so unstoppable with something that it just like slingshots you to a new level. And this was preached to me by one of our coaches at Oklahoma State. And it made a lot of sense. And I was like, Bruce, I want to be dangerous, because my brother and I always talked about being dangerous wrestlers. I want to be dangerous. We're dangerous, right? We're like little cocky, little short, identical twin, annoying, cocky people. Well, guess what? Rude awakening, get to college, get your freaking head ripped off. And Bruce is like, dude, what are you doing, man? And I'm like, I want to be dangerous. He's like, okay. Well, guess what? You can't be dangerous in all positions. I said, I don't want to be a one-move wrestler. He said, you're not going to be a one-move wrestler. You're still going to drill the diversity of wrestling or whatever, the repertoire. You're not going to be a one-move wrestler, but you got to have one move, because you're going to wrestle a Bulgarian who underhooks for a living. He wrestles for the government. That's his job. His wife and kids will not eat dinner tonight if his underhook doesn't work. You will not beat him. If he underhooks and you say, okay, I'm dangerous, I'm going to wrestle from an overhook, you're going to end up on your head. So no, you cannot be the best at all positions. And plus, some positions that we tinker around in, they're not conducive to maximizing our God-given strengths. If Jordan Burroughs was a collar tie underhook guy, he would not be utilizing his explosiveness and speed, ability to score from a very distance, and his ability to crawl on his knees 900 miles an hour like he does. If Kyle Snyder tried to wrestle like John Smith, he wouldn't be utilizing his God-given power. I mean, the guy can pick up like 1,400 pounds. He should grab people. So when your wrestling gets smaller, it's actually a good thing, because you need to be able to wrestle within your strengths and avoid your weaknesses. And a weakness is a lesser strength. I'm sure that Jordan Burroughs is also strong, but he's not nearly as strong as he is fast and explosive and agile. His agility is probably his number one attribute. So, yeah, he probably is very powerful. He looks like it. That's not a weakness, but compared to his other attributes, it is a weakness. So he needs to stay away from over there and stay over here. So your goal is to say, okay, I'm beating the top 20 guys in America consistently. I'm also losing to some of them. I may beat the number 5 ranked guy in America, then lose to the number 42 guy. But that's okay. At least I'm there. Breathe a sigh of relief. Now what? Now you have to become the best in America, one of the best in the world at something, just like all those guys that I have mentioned. So that's your next task. Good luck.